Good morning from Disneyland. Mike and I are here actually for the DCA Food and Wine Festival. But as you can see, we're not in DCA. It's been a really busy weekend, couldn't get the reservations, so we're starting our day in Disneyland. You know me, breakfast Chimi-Changa over here by the River of America is my go-to snack in the morning. We're gonna be able to hop on over to DCA in a little bit at 11 o'clock, not a second before. So right now, we're gonna have our Chimi-Changa in the morning and then see what we can do for the first couple of hours before we head on over. Got a couple of really interesting things planned out today, so follow along. Let's go. So right now we don't have much of a plan, but I just feel like Dale is keep punching me in the face with his little hook and whatever. So yeah, we're ride times right now have pretty low, so we're gonna head on over to Indiana Jones. That ride's been struggling a lot. It's been just down more than it's operational, but
Three Caballeros boat.
Oh my gosh, that is a total impulse buy. We were on our way from Frontierland to Adventureland, because unlike Magic Kingdom, there's no sort of walkthrough in between the two lands, so we had to like walk around. And then we saw the Three Caballero in a boat on the window, so we're like, you know what? That is an emotional response. Whenever we have an emotional response, that's what we're gonna do. All right, Indy popped from 5 to 30, but it's running, so we'll see. This thing has just not been doing very well. 30 minutes, we'll take it. We'll take a 30-minute wait. All right, let's see if Indy. Hopefully she's working today. Not quite sure. All right, 30 minutes it is.
There you go. And if they're both harder than you think you do on that.
The Forbidden I, Sarah, shall now give you counsel to safeguard your miraculous journey.
Well, we finally got to ride Indy. That ride, you gotta ride it early because throughout the day, you just never know what could happen. It's a really fun ride, but it just feels really rough on my back for some reason. We don't usually ride that ride very often because it's not operational very often either. So when we get a chance, we definitely want to do that. I've just forgotten how jostly the ride vehicle is. We've ridden Dinosaur and Animal Kingdom, very similar. But we are gonna go on to Jungle Cruise, another fairly short queue. So here we go, Jungle Cruise it is. Yeah, the Jungle Cruise in Disneyland is not nearly as extensive as the one in Magic Kingdom. I think it's actually a shorter ride as well, and the queue is not as interesting, but you know, she's a classic. We love it, so we're gonna ride Jungle Cruise.
Coming up right over here is concrete evidence that we'll run into an elephant. Or the elephant might run into us. Bertha right here is exactly the reason why you never want to stay in the shower for too long. That's right, kid. You will turn into an elephant. I mean, I should know. It almost happened to me. We got some big horses right there. Now, those things in the back, those are long neck horses. Now, looking over here, we have a family alliance watching a stripy horse sleeping. I like to call it a stripy horsey on the rocks because it smells and tells you it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Guys, we're actually gonna head to Pirate Dale, and I think Mike's got Pirate Chip. They've only been to the one in Shanghai, and they have not had the pleasure of visiting the OG Pirate. So we're gonna take them there, and hopefully they enjoy it as much as the one that's in Shanghai, which I'll link in the description down below, our video for that. It's such an amazing ride. So. Done. This pirate dessert, actually, I have forgotten, that is quite a bit longer than a version in Magic Kingdom. The fact that it has 2 drops just makes it that much better. I still maintain that the version in Shanghai is probably my favorite of the Pirates, but this one is actually pretty good. Well, last time I checked, it was posting at a 10-minute wait. This is looking like it's going to be a little bit longer than 10 minutes. Maybe everybody just saw the wait time instead of pulled over here. I mean, the beauty about Disneyland is like all the rides are a lot closer to the version in Magic Kingdom. So, I mean, after Pirates is right on over there, and then we just crossed on this way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, rides this weekend is just, oh, it's jumped to 40. Okay. Check out the population. Went from 2,000 to 285 to like 30. It's just dropping like flies. That's so sad. Turnaround was not 40 minutes. I think it was more like 20 on and off the ride. Right now, Mike and I were deciding what we're gonna do next because we can't park hop for a little bit. So we're gonna go to check out Tiana. We actually never rode Tiana here in Disneyland. So now we are over at, I think it's still Critter Country or Bear Country or something like that. I don't know if they changed the name, but finally gonna try to ride Tiana here in Disneyland. This version is, I think, a whopping 10 feet lower than the one in Magic Kingdom. But I mean, you can kind of see it's 30 minutes standby wait. All right, we're gonna do it. She's cute. She's definitely a cute little version of it. And all the queue are sort of like interspersed. And rather than the version in Magic Kingdom where they have that courtyard where the queue is inside, this is just kind of like snaking along opposite Winnie the Pooh. And there's that little gift shop. And there's a newish restaurant called Country Bear Barbecue Jamboree. we think we might have to try that at one point, but yeah. Okay, off to Tiana's. Oh, that's a not so hidden Mickey.
Here's the
Well, they definitely have a version of the beignet kitchen. It's a lot more quaint than the one in Magic Kingdom, but oh, good. The queue is, there's not as much stuff in the queue as the one over there, but I guess it's a smaller ride, so makes sense. Somehow I got rope front row. This is not good. The last row, there's one guy that's completely drenched. Oh my gosh. Alrighty, we are at our mixology seminar. There's quite a bit of catching up to do. Jen had a bit of a disastrous first experience on Tiana's Bayou adventure here in Disneyland, so we'll catch you up in a little bit. Our seminar is starting in about 2 minutes. Let's take you through our first activity officially at Disney California Food and Wine 2025.
First time food and wine guests, and one of them also happens to be a dance dad, Bruce Glassman and Matthew Larkin. Take it away, friends.
Thank you. Hi, welcome everybody. Thanks for joining us today. How great is this, right? We're doing lunchtime cocktails. So today, obviously, you know, we have the batch as the spirit, we have the sweet as the honey, and we have the lemon juice as the sour or the savory. So let's get started. What we're gonna do is, we're gonna take our, the large shaker, okay? And we're gonna combine our elements in there. And what we're gonna do, like they teach you in bartending school, is you put your least expensive ingredient in first, and then you work your way to the most expensive, just in case, you know, a fly flies in there in the middle of the mixing and you have to throw the whole thing out. Has everybody done the garnish?
Alrighty then, finally found a place to stand up with our food, but just catching you up a little bit. We went on Tiana's Bayou adventure here at Disneyland for the very first time, and unfortunately, I got row one. This ride, unlike the one in Magic Kingdom, they dump water on you in one of the minor drops, and I got absolutely soaked. My shoes were wet. Oh, it was a disaster. So we had to get emergency socks just so that I didn't have to like wear soggy socks the whole day. Anyway, got that, and then finally we were able to hop on over to DCA and grabbed our Sip Savor Pass, and then we were able to check into our seminar. The Mixology Seminar was actually really interesting. They introduced a new spirit or new liquor that I've never heard before. It's this Scandinavian liquor that is kind of like vodka and gin, but infused with different types of herbs. Really interesting. So we made this cocktail. They showed us
a honey bunny.
A honey bunny. So that was a lot of fun. They showed us the process. They talked to us about the spirit, and the two guys were pretty entertaining. We did that, and then after that, finally got to kind of stand up and have some food. The park is super busy right now. The entrance all the way opposite from the Little Mermaid extended queue. This whole corridor area is just full of people, but the food so far has been really good. We've had one of the Birria Mac Cheese, and now we're having this Asa'DOS. So they've got like, I think it's beef and then a drumstick, and then it's like a deconstructed taco. So after that, I somehow got a lunch reservation over at Lamplight Lounge. I think they have like a seasonal donut that is more festival related. So that's kind of what we're doing. And then
while we're still waiting for our Lamplight Lounge lunch reservation, we actually made a quick stop at LA Style to grab the mini LA street dog. This wasn't originally on our list, but hey, when in Disney, why not try something new?
The LA mini hot dog. It was like a hot dog with like crispy bacon, and then they did like a slightly spicy relish.
Yeah.
That was delicious. Like clearly I just kind of got the hot dog because I was kind of feeling like, oh, I really want some. That was amazing.
Yeah. Well, Mike and I have replenished. We went to Lamplight Lounge. I got the old fashioned as per usual. Mike got this Java martini, which is excellent. And then we had the seasonal donut, which is a strawberry donut with ice cream. That was absolutely delicious. Although with Lamplight Lounge, the donuts that they have over there, generally speaking, are more cake-like in terms of texture rather than donuts. You're expecting like the fluffy kind of like donut texture. You'd be kind of surprised, but the flavoring is excellent. So now we have resumed our festival food tasting, and we are over here by the back of like the vineyard area. We're gonna pick up a couple more items, and then we have a wine tasting at 4. So today is turning out to be truly a food and wine day, aside from our morning's ride and a bit of a disastrous encounter with Tiana.
It's actually pretty convenient because we got 3 items at the Golden Dream. So we picked up the cold brew, the musubi fried rice, as well as the birria mac and cheese. At Food and Wine here in California, it's really, really convenient. You can just go up to a booth. You can pretty much order all of it, and if they have it on the menu, versus the festivals over in Epcot where you have to order individually at festival booths. Epcot, you know, Disneyland is where it's at. So take note, because it's a lot easier if you can just kind of order your food, go to the booth, pick it up, and be done. So anyways, Mike is enjoying the musubi fried rice. It's brought to you by Disney Vacation Club. I guess it's coming all the way from Ulani over there in Ko'olina, Hawaii. So he seems to be enjoying it. I think there's Spam.
What do we have here?
It's like a little pouch of chili, Frito-Lays, and
Wow.
I think I might skip the jalapenos.
Yeah, that yeah, I don't know. That's got some hick.
Yesterday was
Piece to
exciting, so we will just move.
Yeah, let's sacrifice the jalapenos, but oh, so it comes in a little like paper bag. Oh my gosh, it's like chili chips basically.
Yes, exactly.
Oh.
There's a thing where you basically make tacos.
Yeah.
You open up a Fritos bag.
It's like a 7-layer like. Oh, that's a convenient way of doing it.
Taco in a bag.
Taco in a bag with some meat and some cheese, some cream. Oh my gosh, some salsa. Oh wow, it's like chili tacos in a bag.
Yep.
So far, I mean, minus the cold brew. That one is more for that one's more of a need for caffeine rather than the taste. Everything has been really, really, really good. And I will say that over here in Disneyland, they don't over-index on the looks of the food. It's more about the taste. I know Epcot, I hear you, I see you. Your festival foods are beautiful and great, but sometimes going back to basics, you know, actually get back to the taste profile. We're right back to Sonoma Terrace. Right now we're doing a wine tasting. So we did the Mixology Seminar today at noon, so we're doing another wine tasting session.
New friends in the back, returning friends in the front over here. We could not be happier to have you here for this beverage education and tasting seminar. And for those of you who don't already know, I know you two definitely know, from now throughout weekends in April, we'll be hosting more events like this.
Today is my daughter's 29th birthday, and she has been coming to these festivals with us for, well, this is her 13th year, so now we're not having to sneaker drink, she can actually get them for real. So yeah, so as Kim said, the name Asa'DOS is an Italian word that means redhead. I showed a few of you the picture there, so we had Victoria and Lupe. Victoria, raise your hand over here. So it's their 28th anniversary. Big round of applause for that. So yes, I had to show Victoria my picture of my red hair.
So we just got out of our wine tasting seminar. There's still quite a bit left. So this time I think they had 1 white and 2 reds. I think it's from Testarossa, a winery from Los Gatos, California, which is up in Northern California, right by Palo Altos in the heart of Silicon Valley. So this one is actually more focused on sort of the food and wine pairing, which I think is appropriate since we are in the Food and Wine Festival. The wines were kind of interesting because, you know, the fact that I still have so much left is because this one is, I believe, a Cabernet. It's a little bit harder to drink on its own. So Mike's over there picking up one of the last snack dishes on the Sip and Savor. It's the Mickey Macaron. So I'm hoping that might pair well or better with the wine by itself alone. So there's Mike with our Mickey Macaron. Mike already has a bit of that wine left. I was saying, like, this one is pretty astringent on the tongue without just, you know, food to pair. So let's see. There it is. gotta have the Mickey shape. So yes, this is a gigantic Mickey Macaron, chocolate upon chocolate with some peanut and walnut. Always. Let's see how well this pairs with the wine. So we'll find out. We were on our way to Soarin, but I caved. I actually ended up getting the Western style barbecue bao bun as our last sip and savor item. Soarin right now is posting at 105 minutes, which is absolutely insane. So we'll have to make a decision on that. Sorry, we got interrupted. We were sitting on the bench and I walked by, was like, there's somebody's phone just sitting there. So Mike got it and it was just returned into a cast member, but the owners came by and claimed it. So happy ending, phone's returned to its rightful owner, great. Anyways, I'm still eyeing this bao bun. I think it's got some fried onions, some bacon bits, and supposedly has barbecue filling. I'm still waiting for this to accentuate the wine. Again, the wine tasting that we had was very astringent. I was just like, I'm sure it's a lovely wine, but I just couldn't drink it by itself. So that barbecue bao tastes like the cheeseburger pot where you would find at Satuli Canteen in Animal Kingdom, but it has some crunchy onion bits and bacon bits. I think this is actually really better. They have more cheese in the filling, and finally I was able to kind of drink this wine a little bit paired with that bao bun, because I think the cheese adds a little bit of fatty texture. It kind of softens the wine a little bit.
Well,
so
bacon bit too.
Yeah.
Hold on, I really.
What do you think, Mike? the bao's not bad. The bao's not bad.
That wine tastes totally different.
Right? Doesn't it taste totally different with the fat? It like coats your mouth and it just kind of like releases the flavor of the wine. When I first tasted it, I was like, that wine is very tight and very astringent.
1 hour later.
I absolutely love Soarin' over California. I have a soft spot in my heart for that. In Disneyland, Soarin' over the world, Soarin' over California during Food and Wine, there is a sort of a hidden single rider. It's not really posted, but if you do ask the cast member, sometimes they'll let you know that the single rider lane is open. Tonight, that actually absolutely worked to our advantage. Essentially, the standby wait was 105 minutes. I just went up to the cast member and just asked if the single rider was open. Of course, single riders, they'll tell you that your parties may be split, most likely it will be, and that sometimes the wait time could be just as long, if not longer, just depending on how the groups and the numbering pan out. But today, it absolutely worked in our favor. I was in and out in about 20 minutes or so. It took about 17 minutes exactly to get to the onboard area and ended up getting the B concourse, which is the dead center concourse. Usually, I mean, for Soarin' over the World, A and C, you can really notice the difference because of the distortion of the Eiffel Tower and everything else. Soarin' over California is not as bad, but glad that I got B1. Mike and I did end up splitting up, but he was able to get another boarding group pretty soon thereafter, and he actually got the B concourse as well. I'm just waiting out here in the exit and area, waiting for Mike to come out. So that really worked out really well. And of course, if you've seen Soarin' over California, in the golf scene, there is a hidden Mickey on the golf ball. So you just have to look very, very carefully when the golf ball was flying at you. There's just that hidden Mickey that just will flash for about a nanosecond. So if you don't catch it, you might miss it. Anyway, last night we were here. I didn't vlog or anything. It just was a really, really busy night, and the queue gods were not in our favor last night, but today it actually worked out really well. So we are pretty much done in terms of the food and wine activities. Tried out a bunch of the snack items on the Sip and Savor. We've also done 2 of the seminars, one in the mixology and the wine tasting at the same time, and then of course Soarin' over California. Thank you so much for following along, and I guess we will see you in our next vlog.